It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. Coming up next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. You get a sense of what this game they think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Austin. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Russell Wilson. Of course, he won a Super Bowl on this very field back in 2014.
And it had to be especially sweet because no matter how much he plays it off with people like you and me, hearing all the time that a quarterback of his stature, less than 6 foot tall, could not win a Super Bowl, and he played a big role in getting that done, has to be sweet to him.
Now we don't have to talk about small quarterbacks as much.
No, not nearly as much. They still have more to prove, but Russell Wilson's kind of the patron saint for them now.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Opening carry of the game for Cordell Patterson. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. 11 more on that one and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left.
Holding offense.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They go play action now. Wilson. He gets it complete to Harris. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Will be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. Rodgers going to throw. And that's complete to Adams. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Slant to Adams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. As they've got it as we resume action. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Wilson throw into the hands of Pickens. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They hand this off to Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down and 6 now. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's a 2nd and 5. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Trying to lob it in there, but it's It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Holding. Offense. What they call?
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first. Behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for John. All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter. What? And I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this 3rd quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Fields. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up sharp at their own 41-yard line. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense, and they were able to do it.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
but drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rodgers' throw going into the hands of Williams. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Rodgers now to throw. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch a game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Touchdown! Jeremy Ruckert from a yard out. And the Jets have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they faked the run. Throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And all of that was capped off by a Jeremy Ruckert touchdown catch.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down, this is Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Fields now to throw. And this pass broken. Coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in court.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Rolling to his right.
Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Steps away. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That's complete to his tight end flyer move.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth
from 17 yards out.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Xavier Gibson now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
And New York set to take the field.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now Hall to start the drive.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
This 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Rodgers going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Well, when this drive began, the offense only needed a field goal, but the defense ramped up the pressure, and after back-to-back sacks, they're feeling confident they might keep them off the board.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They run again with Harris, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Fields. And he is caught. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Fields down to a knee here, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help but say I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Chance here on the kick return, but no chance on the other side that they were going to let him navigate all the way to the end zone, Charles, and that ends up being the final play in this one.
Yeah, you're right about that. Special teams coaches, they spend a lot of time working on these types of situations, and they go over every crazy possibility that can happen in this situation. They were able to cover successfully and end the game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.